Good morning, friends. We miss you so much here at Little Creek. So we decided that we're going to have circle time on the computer every day for you guys. So the first thing we're going to do is the pledge. So everyone stand up. And I'm not sure if you can see me, so I'm going to kneel a little bit. Let's put our hand on our heart and say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and now everyone can sit back down. And let's sing one of our morning songs. How about we start with our clap song? So follow my beat. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, says the sun, and a happy day to you. And all the children here at school, they say good morning too. Good morning, and how are you this morning? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Good morning, friends! I hope you guys are having a really awesome time at home. We are all playing here at school together. I have all of your stuffed animals so that none of them will be lonely, and they're going to help me out with circle time today. So the first thing we need to do is our calendar. Get our pointer out. We are still in the month of March. Good job, March. So let's march for March. So everyone stand up, and we're going to march our feet for March. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Good job, guys. Today is March 17th. It is also St. Patrick's Day. All right, let's turn over and let's find out what our day of the week is, okay? So we're going to sing our numbers song. So get out your 5 and your 2, your high five and your peace sign, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And where's the orange arrow today? Good, it's on Tuesday. Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. Good job, guys. We're not going to sing our French song today, but if we were, aujourd'hui, c'est lundi. Très bien. Aujourd'hui, c'est, aujourd'hui, c'est mardi. Mardi. Today is mardi in French. All right, and so now we're going to do the weather. But guess what? I don't know what the weather's going to look like today. So I'm going to let you guys run over to a window and go check out the weather while I wait. All right, have we found out the weather? I hope so. I'm going to help you sing the weather song, but you guys are going to fill in the blanks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Weather, weather, what is the weather? Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Good job. I hope you guys found out what the weather is, and I hope it's not too cold. All right, so now let's move on to our book. This week, we're going to be talking about fairy tales. I know how much we all love fairy tales. So try to think of some fairy tales that you can recall. Maybe it's a princess story. Maybe it's about a frog who turns into a prince. Maybe it's about a sneaky little girl who sleeps in a bunch of bears' beds and eats all their porridge. Whatever they could be. The first book we're going to read is called The Princess and the Pizza. Now wait, I think we all know about The Princess and the Pea, the story of the little girl who has to sleep on a bed, and they put one little pea in the very bottom to see if she feels it. Now let's see what The Princess and the Pizza is all about. You ready, guys? All right. They're being very good listeners. The Princess and the Pizza by Mary Jane and Herm Auch. Princess Paulina needed a job. Her father had given up his throne to become a woodcarver and moved them to a humble shack in a neighboring kingdom. Since the king was still learning, his carvings didn't sell, and Paulina's garden barely kept enough on the table. Paulina missed princessing. She missed walking the peacock in the royal gardens, surveying the kingdom from the castle tower, and doing the princess wave in royal processions. Paulina tried walking a stray chicken around her shack, but it only pecked at her bare toes. Surveying the kingdom from the shack's leaky roof made even more holes. She tried princess waving to the townspeople from her father's cart, but nobody bothered to wave back. They just thought she was swatting at flies. Can you all try to do a princess wave? Go like that. We can go like that. Good job. Good job, princesses and princes. One day, a page rode past the shack announcing that Queen Zelda of Blom was seeking a true princess to become the bride of her son, Prince Drupert. "This is my chance to get back to princessing," Paulina cried. She rummaged through her trunk of ex-princess stuff, brushed the wood shavings from her best ball gown, and blew away the bits of sawdust that clung to her diamond tiara. Then she tucked a piece of garlic into her bodice for good luck, snipped some fragrant herbs to cover up the garlic smell, and headed for the castle. Paulina didn't expect much competition. There wasn't another princess for hundreds of miles. But when she got to the Blom castle, Paulina found she was only one of 12 princesses hoping to become the royal bride. When she looked into her assigned room, Paulina saw her bed piled with 16 mattresses. Oh, for Pete's sake! The old princess and the pea trick. That's so once upon a time. Naturally, Paulina didn't sleep all night because she felt the lumpy pea through all of her mattresses. When the 12 princesses gathered in the throne room the next morning, the 7 who looked bright-eyed were sent home. Now, only Paulina and 4 other sleepy princesses remained. First, they were made to write essays entitled, "Why I Want to Have the Gracious and Exquisitely Beautiful Queen Zelda for My Mother-in-Law." Prince Drupert and Queen Zelda finally appeared on the balcony. Queen Zelda did all the talking. "Congratulations, ladies! You have written some lovely essays, which I will keep in my scrapbook. And you have all passed the mattress test, but to make absolutely sure you are one of royal blood, there is a second test. Only a true princess can wear these glass slippers." "For Pete's sake, you never heard of sneakers?" Paulina asked. Queen Zelda gave Paulina a sharp look. "Nobody said you had to hike in them. Just try them on." They set up a wail among the princesses, especially Paulina. "For Pete's sake, you have no royal chef?" "Silence," said the queen. "The table holds the makings for 3 fine feasts. Choose well, for the winner will become my dear Drupert's bride." As Paulina started for the table, the long-haired princess tripped her, then loaded up with food. By the time Paulina got there, the 7 strange little men had run off with everything but some flour, yeast, water, 3 overripe tomatoes, and a hunk of stale cheese. "Hey, that's not fair! Queen Zelda, will you help me?" "No," said the queen, "because you have a big mouth." A servant escorted Paulina to her room and locked the door. "Hey, how can I cook without a bowl or spoons or pots?" There was no reply. Paulina tried to make bread, kneading the flour, water, and yeast together, but it only stuck to the tray in the flattened mess. She squished the tomatoes over the dough to brighten it up. It looked awful. She sprinkled cheese, grating over the top. It was still a mess, and Paulina was exhausted. "For Pete's sake! Where's your fairy godmother when you need her? I'm going to take a nap." She reached under the pile of mattresses, pulled out the offending pea, and climbed into bed. She hadn't been sleeping long when there was a knock at the door. "Only 20 minutes left," called the Queen Zelda. I don't smell anything cooking. I'm not cooking, said Paulina. I'm napping. Then I'm going home. You're not going anywhere, said the queen. The losers will be beheaded. Paulina sat bolt upright. Beheaded? You didn't tell us that. I forgot, said the queen. Can't I have a second chance? How about I try to spin straw into gold, or maybe I could guess a weird little man's name? No second chances, declared the queen. But that's not fair, Paulina cried. Who needs to be fair? I'm the queen. Paulina leaped out of bed and ran to the window, but it was an unbelievably long drop to the ground. The meal was her only hope. She rushed the tiny tray over to the fireplace, stirred the few remaining hot coals, then crushed her garlic and sprinkled it over the mess for good luck. Finally, Paulina tossed on the herbs to cover up the garlic smell. Paulina paced back and forth, planning her escape. Perhaps she could make a deal with the long-haired princess to climb down her braid. She didn't notice that the goopy dough had browned into a crust. The tomatoes were bubbling. The hard bits of cheese had melted, and the fragrance of garlic and herbs filled the room. A page opened the door. Time's up! Paulina took a deep breath and carried her tray to the great dining room. The other princesses had made lovely feasts, especially the one who had the 7 strange little men to help her. Prince Drupert went right to Paulina's tray. It's not pretty, but it smells scrumptious. He helped himself to an unusually generous piece. What do you call this dish? Paulina shrugged. I don't know. It can't be officially entered into the contest if it doesn't have a name, said the queen. Oh, for Pete's sake, Paulina muttered. What's that? Snapped the queen. Pete's what? Remembering the beheading threat, Paulina frantically tried to think of a name. It's Pete's, pizza? The queen took a big bite. Odd name, but it is tasty. The winner is Paulina's pizza. You mean I won't be beheaded? I was only kidding about the beheading, said the queen. Then I was only kidding about wanting to marry Prince Drupert. Who needs him? I have other plans. Will you leave your recipe? Asked the queen. No way, said Paulina. It's just become a family secret. She headed for the door. I liked you best, whined the queen, following close behind. Oh, for Pete's sake, muttered Paulina as she stomped across the drawbridge. Princess Paulina's Pizza Palace opened a few weeks later. It featured unusual carved furniture and 50 kinds of pizza. Every Tuesday on the royal chef's night off, Queen Zelda and Prince Drupert came to Paulina's for popcorn pineapple pizza. They often stayed to play cards with Paulina's father. Today's specials: butterscotch broccoli, chocolate chicken, avocado apricot, pickled parsnip, rosemary rhubarb. From then on, whenever Paulina drove her pizza delivery cart through town doing the princess wave, everybody waved back and ran after her, asking about the day's specials. Life was good. Paulina was grateful not to have Queen Zelda for a mother-in-law, but she still worried about one little thing. She worried about getting Queen Zelda as her stepmother. The end. It looks like Queen Zelda and the princess's father are eating pizza together. All right, so I do have a question of the day for you guys. So my question today is, if you were a princess or a prince, what kind of pizza would you make to impress the princess or the prince? You can think of a crazy pizza. Maybe it's just a regular old pepperoni, but try to think of a pizza that you would make. And then later today, try to make your own pizza. You can get a piece of paper, cut it into a circle, and you can color on it and put your own ingredients. You can collage with other bits of paper and glue it on. Whole bunch of different ideas. And then you can try and ask your family what they would like and try to take their order as a waitress, maybe try to become a chef and make their pizzas. Whole bunch of ideas. So we miss you guys. We hope you guys have a really great Tuesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Look out for those leprechauns, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.